Welcome to the Customer Service University. This 12-part series equips CX professionals with the insights to excel in the industry. Join us as we unlock the secrets to becoming a leader in customer experience with guidance from top experts. Your journey to the top begins now. Welcome back to episode 8. Today, we're going to be talking about improvements in behavior scores. And I'm excited to have Michael Almazan, Senior Director of eTech Global Services, who's going to help us discuss an analytical approach to improving strategic behavior scores and their correlation with revenue growth. Thank you so much for being here today, Michael. I appreciate your time in helping us learn through this subject.
Absolutely. I'm excited to be here.
All right, let's jump right in by can you explain to us what behavioral scores are and why they are so critical in customer service operations?
Behavioral scores essentially evaluate aspects of customer interactions such as empathy, communication style, and responsiveness. These scores are crucial because they directly impact customer perception of their service experience. And typically, high behavioral scores are often associated with improved customer loyalty and satisfaction, which are essential for sustained business success.
It sounds great. And I think we all know that empathy and these things are important because they affect the relationships that we have with customers. But what's interesting to me is so much of what we hear about is analytical, AI, math, all these sorts of things that we can apply. But it sounds a little bit, I think if I'm new to the industry, it sounds like science fiction. Like I've never heard of anyone applying an Excel spreadsheet to happiness, but I know that there is a way. Can you talk about what analytical methods are used to assess and enhance behavioral scores?
So, oftentimes organizations will use real-time analytics, which is essential, sentiment analysis, and predictive modeling to analyze and enhance behavioral scores. These tools help identify performance trends, which again, performance trends are so critical to identify and be able to really move the needle. And those trends help develop targeted training or interventions to improve specific customer interaction or interactive behaviors.
So you can analyze behaviors using these tools. You can create training, intervene, you can spot trends that can be improved. Okay, I get that. Do you have an example where focusing on these behaviors and what kind of improvements in scores happen? Like, how does that all work?
I think a great example would be looking at a retail company, how they utilize customer feedback to really overhaul the different service protocols that they have, which lead to improved behavioral scores. And typically, once they're doing that, they're going to see, 50% reduction in customer complaints. And that outcome is really a direct result of targeted training and revised service standards that emphasize customer care.
Gotcha. So how do all these behavior scores directly impact revenue growth?
Now, that's a great question. So enhanced behavior scores typically lead to better customer experiences. You're going to see increased customer retention and spending. For example, we've seen many documented cases where better customer experiences lead to increased cross-selling success when rates are really improved and they're really high, just because the agents, they're more empathetic to communication and they're directly enhancing sales and revenue.
All right, so better analysis leads to better coaching and training, leads to better experiences and better cross-sell, upsell. I'm following along. We wanted to employ, or let's say implement, some of these solutions. What are some strategies? Let's talk about some of those. So what specific strategies would you say are proven to be effective in boosting behavior scores in customer care operations?
So I can think of 3 great effective strategies I'd like to share. So 1, role playing. That is a very popular strategy in role playing, and honestly, everyone loves it. You can really enhance the situation and give real-time feedback. So role playing, number 1. continuous performance feedback, because obviously you got to make sure that you're closed looping things, you're constantly giving feedback to ensure that they're getting what they need. They know if they're doing it right or if there needs to be some improvements. And then lastly, I would say recognition programs. And that just, again, enhances the positiveness of, hey, you're doing the right thing. If you correct these behaviors and you're enhancing, performance is going to go up. And we want to make sure we celebrate that. And it needs to be celebrated. And these improvements or these approaches are motivating, ongoing, to really help maintain high standards in customer service and, positively reflect on behavioral scores and the successes that they're having.
Michael, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm so happy and relieved that as an operational lead and expert, you didn't launch into some sort of technical or AI. I love that you were like role playing, because it's so human, and I just appreciate that that's where you went with that. But it's not all easy, right? Are there some challenges? Like, what kind of challenges do organizations face when they try to improve behavior scores, and how do they solve for some of these challenges?
You're always going to have challenges. That's a part of it. Common challenges in many organizations, include, agent resistance to adopting new behaviors and difficulties in measuring the impact of behavioral changes. And again, these are normal things that you're going to go through, with agents, especially if it's new to your organization. And typically, the best ways to overcome these obstacles, I would say that one of the main ones is clearly communicating the benefits. That's going to be a big one. What's in it for them? What's going to happen if they do this? It's going to help, the company. It's going to help the leader. It's going to help them. There's so many benefits, and making sure that you're clearly communicating those to really get the buy-in is going to go a long way to really for them to embracing, the behaviors and being able to make those changes. I would also say, providing comprehensive training, that's going to be key to making sure that, you're continuing to do training, you're improving your training, you're making adjustments to your training, and then employing, some type of metrics guide for improvement. So again, it all comes down to really making sure that, the agent has a clear understanding. And I think that gives them the vision to be able to go ahead and embrace the behaviors and embrace the changes.
Well, okay, since you brought it up, let's talk about training and coaching, because that's always a very big part of it. First of all, how critical is training? Because I think it's pretty critical, but how critical is it, and how much does it impact influencing behavior scores? And more importantly, what techniques are the most effective?
So training is super critical and crucial, along with coaching, for enhancing, behavioral scores. And I really think, looking at different techniques, everyone's a little bit different, but, some great ones I can think of. One is personalized coaching plans, because everyone's different. Everyone has different opportunities and everyone learns differently. And I think being able to personalize the coaching plans towards the agent and the behavior and how they learn and how they're going to respond to it, that's big. And that's really going to help, drive the improvements in the behavioral scores. Then you have your digital training tools, and then, regular feedback. Because again, like I said, with that coaching, they need that feedback, whether it's they're doing the right thing, positive reinforcement to keep going forward, or, hey, it's not quite there, it's getting there, let's do this, and just making sure you have those regular sessions. And, these will definitely help agents meet expected behavioral standards.
It sounds like we need a lot of technology. I don't want to even bring up that word AI, because everyone's talking about it, but technology certainly is playing more and more of a role in the call center across everywhere, but particularly it sounds like the ability to monitor and report. Can you talk to me about the role technology is playing in monitoring and enhancing these behaviors in the call center?
Yes, I mean, this is something that's coming up more and more. There's a lot of interest that I'm seeing. There's a lot of, especially leaders that maybe not be familiar, that they want more knowledge, they want to understand it. I'm really used to these conversations, and they're coming up more and more. So, advanced CRM systems and AI-driven analytics platforms are essential for monitoring behaviors and providing driven insights. And these technologies really enable the customization of training and feedback, enhancing the quality of overall customer interactions.
So that's what's crucial now. What's on the horizon? What do you see as the emerging behavioral analytics horizon? What's happening in the future?
lot of conversations. I read a lot of articles. I talk to a lot of folks about this. Some emerging trends that I've seen include using AI for real-time behavioral feedback, which is fantastic. You can really get, so I think some quick results out of that. Increased application of behavior prediction models and greater integration of behavioral data into overall relationship management strategies. I think those are where we're going.
And that stuff is coming so fast. I mean, it's right here on the horizon. Last question, because you're an operational leader, what advice do you have for operational leaders who want to improve behavioral scores and drive business success?
That's, again, great question. This is something that I know that I focus on with my leaders on a daily basis, and this is something we talk about. So I really think, first and foremost, leaders should focus on establishing clear behavior metrics. You really need to understand that. Then after that, you really want to invest in a scalable training solution, because training is crucial. And then, fostering an organizational culture that prioritizes customer-centric behaviors, really buying in and understanding that this is how we make the improvements and move forward.
Michael, thank you for spending your time today with us. I'm sure everyone who's watching has learned quite a bit from you. And if you're watching, thank you for being here today. Next class will be episode 9, boosting your contact center's capacity. Thank you all for being here. Thank you again, Michael, and we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this Customer Service University lesson. Discover how QEval can enhance your operations with real-time analytics, predictive insights, and comprehensive quality management. Visit QEvalPro.com/learn to connect with our experts and exclusive support.